All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10. Now the Notre Dame man. This is Theo Riddick. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Jackson out to the flat for Riddick. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Lucky 56.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Detroit! Detroit!
Rudolph throwing on 2nd down. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it. Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty.
No. Check. Patriot.
Here's Rudolph. Being chased out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Zadarius Smith in there to sack him for a loss of 6. In a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic. This is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
48, Mike. Yeah.
Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And not a blitzer, but still able to get there from a strong safety position.
Yeah, I think that was a great example of what they call football IQ. Recognizing he was open, had a chance, and went ahead and got to the quarterback.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Green 39.
Now it's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a handoff to Henry. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
This time Jackson will throw it. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Jackson from the shotgun. And incomplete here on 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag, punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Key 26. Key 26.
On 2nd down, here's Rudolph. This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Hey. Four down. Gun.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. Goes underneath for Bell. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else. Back
to the ground, this time with Bell. An agile move and a nice this game, then dropped at the 25-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10.
Gone!
After the interception, here's Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Jackson on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again to Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are in for 6.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact. All it in.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Rudolph. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. He's to the 10. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. To return it, here's Tavon Young. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Caught by Snead over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run the option right here on 1st down. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 9 yards on the 1st down keeper, and it's 2nd and 1.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with the defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Ravens are in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Green 39! Green 39! Gone! 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 Gone!
On 1st and 10, Rudolph. Buying time to his left. Space to maneuver at the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Rudolph on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Out of the gun, Rudolph. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Rudolph. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Here's Rudolph now on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And he's got some space here. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Rudolph. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but it must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for a cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Play action. Now Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Gone! Detroit!
Rudolph following the fumble recovery. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make this a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Watch two. Detroit!
Rudolph looking to throw it. That will be caught by James. The big tight end has a Steeler touchdown. Jesse James, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He finds an opening past the 40. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens have broken the tie. Well, plays like that make the O coordinator look like a genius, but I don't think he saw that play going that well.
No, I don't think so either. But, boy, it all worked out perfectly. They caught them in the right defense. Guys dropping off into coverage, their eyes averted somewhere else. And guess what? He filled the void with his legs.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10.
Detroit!
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Lucky 56. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Rudolph throwing on 2nd down. Man open left side is Brown. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
Detroit!
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Rudolph. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Rudolph now to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's got room. Room to run inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh 1st.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The give is to Bell. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now Rudolph. And that'll be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7.
Gone!
Now it's Rudolph. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
From the red zone now, Rudolph. To the right side and complete to Washington. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Bell, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
4 down. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Brandon Graham able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Henry. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And now look at him go. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards. Jackson certainly giving the Ravens a spark in his rookie year. He's got him on the move with a first down.
Here we go now.
A first down carry for Henry. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it again with Henry. And not much running room. Down to the 32. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Rudolph. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he'll actually lose about 7 yards on the return, but they have possession of the football on the turnover. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10. They begin with Henry, and he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Again, it's Henry. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Derrick Henry. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a time. As they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. An excellent way to start the drive there. 18 yards. Back to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. He'll look to throw. Goes underneath for Bell. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. This is Bell on the dump off. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play.
Okay.